So my screencast today is actually being recorded on an iPad because my computer does not have enough memory for me to use any type of screencast software at the moment. I can't seem to be able to do it off of a flash drive either, so this is my alternative until my new computer arrives on Monday. This has to do with the third ISTE standard, Model Digital Age Work and Learning. And in the website that I focus on, I am showing that teachers can collaborate with students, peers, and parents to use digital tools and resources to support student success. And I am going to introduce you to, this will be just a little bit trickier, so my apologies, to Symbaloo. Now, Symbaloo is a website that allows you to do a number of things. The one that I've focused on is the making of a web mix that can be put on an iPad for students to utilize in the classroom during a reading activity or a reading lesson with a small group, and the rest of the class could focus on different sites that you have uploaded to your web mix. Off of Symbaloo, which is symbaloo.com, you are able to choose two levels where you can be a regular member and it's free and you do have a limited number of things you can do, or you could choose the pro level and pay for that per, I believe it's per year. So as you can see, each one of these little grids has to do with a different type of theme or topic. Like this one here has to do with communications, and this here has to do with shopping, and this has to do with travel. They just use this as an example, and you can see too that the background had changed. So in my link in my portfolio and on the discussion, I will make it so that you can get to the Symbaloo site and that you'll be able to log in as me, or it will bring you right to my particular account. And then you can go over in the tabs and find Nest Reading right here over on the right side. I'm going to click that. And that brings you to the web mix that I have created for my class. And the focus again is on reading and phonics. And you can see that each of the tiles that I created looks a little bit different. And let me show you what I did to create these. You can hover over your webmix site and choose to add a tile wherever it says add a tile. When you click on that, you are going to get your edit tile menu. You can create a tile by clicking on create a tile, and you can put in the website address, the URL that you had chosen. And I'm just going to choose one that I've already chosen, some games that I found on education.com. You can choose also to make it a website connection or embed it so that it opens in Symbaloo. I found that it works most easily as a website, but if you're concerned about where they could go from that website, if you don't have filters and things that would eliminate advertisements that could be inappropriate, that you might choose to embed it. The name on the tile, you can go without a name, or you can just modify the name that they give you because there are a limited number of characters. So I'm going to delete this so that it just says online kindergarten, and then I'm going to put games. Now I know that's phonics games, and we could choose a better title for that. Click show text so that shows on the tile like it does here. Then you can add the color of your tile if you'd like. You can see again over here where I'm pointing to Soft Schools Phonics Games. I haven't chosen any type of picture, I just chose a color tile. I was also, when I first started my web mix, able to choose my background, and I chose it to be just plain white so that the kindergartners wouldn't be distracted by an ocean or other things behind it. And I find it's easier to actually read the little tiles when it's plain white behind. But you can then choose those colors for the tiles. You can also choose an icon. And with some of the sites, you can choose to use one of their stock icons, for instance, this book here. Or you could choose to use the sun, which I did over here to the right, kindergarten letter games. And then you would click on it. When you click on your icon like this, it will bring up your image, and you're able to size it and then save it, and it will be used on your tile. Let's see if I'm able to get that again. All right, so you see this first, and you can upload your own image. So for instance, if you wanted to, if you had a YouTube channel and you wanted a connection to this channel where you had kids reading a book, you could even put a picture of them there or a picture of the book. You can make your own icon on the tile if you'd like. I'm just going to use this pre-made one, so I click Use Selection to Tile. And then that will create my tile for me. Now I'm going to save this, and I'm going to end up with a tile that will look like this, so that when the kids see it, either on the home page or in a folder that they've been instructed to click on, they may click on that icon, and that site pops up right at the page that you have saved. And from there, they can access what is on that page. And I've chosen one that has phonics games that would be appropriate for kindergartners. On Symbaloo, you're also able to create tiles like that to create a lesson plan for students. And it's called Creating a Learning Path. And you're able to indicate through the icons and tiles that you choose what they should be doing. And you're able to branch out from different points. And it's just like a path where there are kind of Y's in the path, and they can go one way or the other, but you're able to monitor online how they're doing on their path. So that is my instructional video for today. And as you can see, some of these tiles are a little more custom made. When I brought these particular sites up, they actually had logos or icons that came with the site, and I was able to choose that instead. And actually, one more thing that I'd forgotten to mention to you is that you can group these things. So you can have a number of them. If I wanted to have all of the reading sites with ebooks in one place, I could grab them and bring them over together to create a special group. So for instance, I put these two in a group, and I could title that new group right here. And the way I'm videoing it right now, it would be a little more difficult for me to do, but I could even make a new tile that includes these two sites within it, so that you can group them according to like games or videos. I was able to even bring a video from YouTube up with this, and it was a Magic E song. So Symbaloo I find very useful because it can be used in the classroom. It can make it much easier for people to, helpers and assistants, to be able to access the materials online that you want your kids to be working with. And you can actually collaborate and share web mixes with colleagues, other people in your building, even in your district if you wanted to, and people can share their web mixes publicly. So for instance, if I wanted to see whether or not someone had a good web mix for something like math, I could actually look up a popular web mix here, and I can put in web mixes, and I could say that I wanted to look up ones that had to do with math. And it will pull up the ones that people have approved to be publicly shared that have icons that have to do with math. So here I could choose, if I had a specific user I was looking for, if I wanted to see just the tile web mixes, whether I wanted to see the ones that were only rated as the best. And then you don't really have a choice with countries, I've found. When we click on that, I was able to find a really nice one for literature, and you'll see that when you go to my Symbaloo page, there is a tab right over here that says ebook, and this was a web mix that someone had created with free ebooks that young children could link to and read from. And so I could get ideas from this web mix. I could reuse this web mix. I could put this as all of this into one of my tiles on my literature or phonics and reading web mix. It's a nice way to be able to collaborate with other people and share what you've found. Thank you.